Hey everyone, this is Stephanie with RoadTrailRun. You may know me from the review the other day that my husband and I did reviewing the Nike Invincible for our 9-year anniversary, which is today, St. Patrick's Day. My husband surprised me with a brand new pair of my own women's version of the shoe. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to share with you a comparison. I've got the new shoe on my left, and I've got the older husband shoe on my right. And my shoe has roughly 2.5 miles on it now, because of course once I got it I had to jump right on the tread and get a good little run in them. And the older shoe has roughly 150 miles, about 30 of those are from me. And when I first put them on, at glance, I really didn't notice that much of a difference. They still seem to have about the same amount of bounce and amounts of cushion in the toe box. Same kind of spring in the heel. As I'm on the treadmill, just jogging along here, is where I see the most difference, but it's still pretty small. I definitely feel a little more cushion on my left foot with the new shoe, and it just feels broken in on the right side. But it's very minimal, which means great things, that you can put that many miles on a pair of shoes and they still feel close to what they did when they were brand new. So it'll be really interesting to see just how well these hold up as we put more and more miles on them. So I'm gonna keep running, get my workout in, and then I will see you guys with a more thorough review when I'm all done. So stay tuned. All right, so I am back to complete my review of the Nike ZoomX, and I have to say it is still so much fun to run in. I did 6 miles roughly in this shoe today, so total I've done almost 8, but I did run roughly 2 miles with this shoe on my left and this shoe on my right. And going back to what I was talking about this morning during my run, there was very little difference that I could tell right off the bat, knowing that this shoe had 150 miles on it and this one was still pretty much fresh out of the box. The squish and the bounce that you get out of the right here, the pad and the ball of the foot, it was just such a slight difference, which is phenomenal to know just the difference in mileage. So it'll be really interesting to see what this shoe feels like after another 50 and another 100 miles. As far as sizing goes, you know, you'd think that starting out in a men's shoe and then going to a women's shoe there would be a significant difference, but there really wasn't. I mean, when you compare these two, yeah, this one's a little bigger, but they're pretty much, they're close enough. And especially as you get up in mileage and your feet start expanding a little bit, which mine definitely do, you know, this one just gave me a little extra room to expand, but it didn't feel like I was all of a sudden wearing a clown shoe on one foot and not on the other. The one thing that really kind of popped up in my mind as I was running was an analogy for how this bounce feels on your foot. And I'm probably aging myself here, but if you all remember back from the 90s when you had those pump-up shoes, and that's kind of that feel, that pump is almost like the pump and the squish that you get right here on the balls of your foot. Another thing I'd like to mention is knowing that you have that kind of cushion and that kind of spring, to me almost really helps me correct my form when I'm getting tired, or it helps me make sure that I'm always landing on this part of my foot and not heel striking. Otherwise, everything felt wonderful. You know, no aches and pains. I'm sore just because I worked out pretty hard yesterday, but that had nothing to do with my run today. The color is absolutely stunning. The video that my husband and I posted the other day, I kind of described this as being more of a pinky orange. I mean, it still is, but it's definitely much more orange than it is pinky, but it is still such a bright, beautiful color. And it'll be interesting to see where the wear and tear ends up on this shoe, knowing that it's just going to be me running in this shoe. But again, it gave me great support. I never had any issues with my bunions, and 6 miles, I felt great. Actually, yesterday when I first put this shoe on, because I had to, I put 2 miles on. One of those miles was purely interval, and I got this baby up to a sub 7-minute mile pace, and it was awesome. Felt great. It also felt really good and comfortable while I was at my easy jog pace. So for beginners, for intermediates, for those that are wanting to kick it up a little and hit some speed, this is still a really good shoe. So that is my review for now. I highly recommend this shoe. It is so much fun to run in and just feel that spring and that bounce, but also know that your foot is going to be well supported the entire time. So be sure to comment below in the video if you have any questions, and I will look forward to reviewing some more shoes with you. Have a great day, guys.